Okay, so it's just gonna take a second to load this live stream, and then I'm also going to start recording. Record on this. Cool. So there will be a recording of this afterwards. So it's just gonna take a second to load this live stream. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there will be a recording on YouTube if you want to access it afterwards.
All right, cool.
Cool. Do you need to grab water or anything before we get started?
Tea's good. I think I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna let everyone in. All right. Hello, everybody. What is it? Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hi, everyone. Feel free to turn your cameras on. We have Virgil in the building. I see lots of familiar faces. Hi, Alina. Hey, Lottie. Hey, Larry. Larry, I thought it was date night.
It went a lot faster than we thought it would.
That's bad.
Well, I mean, we went to the hibachi, our local hibachi, so that usually takes a while, but I don't know, man, that little dude was like chopping and whipping and yeah, we had it. It was done like 45 minutes, so I was like, okay. Yeah.
Okay, as long as it was a good date. You're already married, so it doesn't even matter anymore.
No, it's like, date night for us is usually taking a nap,
So this is a special one.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, everybody. I see Diamond in the building. Hey, Anthony, Cody, Rasika. Nice to see y'all. Hey, Salam. Cool. We are going to go ahead and get started in just a few minutes, but we've got Virgil Thomas in the building, which we're really stoked about. So today's event, I'm Alexi, by the way, if you haven't connected with me, I am the CEO and founder of Finesse Media. Today's event is on music in film and television, and we'll wait for a couple more people to hop into the room. We'll probably see about 50 or so people come in today. We'll start off with just like a community introduction of not everyone, whoever just wants to introduce themselves. Then we'll jump into an interview and Q&A, and then we have a cool listening session filled with lots of y'all's music towards the end. So also, hi, Nikki and Nikki's baby. Oh my God, she's so cute.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Wow, she's adorable. We love babies over here. Nikki, I think we're playing your music a little bit later today, right?
Yes, I got the confirmation email.
Okay, cool. Got you. Cool. Hey, everyone else. I see Eber. I can't remember how to pronounce your name because you pronounce it 5 different ways. Eber.
Hey,
Eber.
Ever. EBR, like Uber with an E.
Yes, I got you. Hey, how are you doing? It's been a while.
I'm great, thank you. Yeah, I haven't joined any of the sessions for a while, but I'm happy to be back. Super busy, doing writing camps here in Toronto.
Nice.
So yeah, that's been fun. Very, very successful. Nice to see you guys are still killing it.
Still chugging along. We miss you. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
Cool. Does anyone want to? Well, I strongly suggest everyone turn their cameras on if they're able to. It is a great way for folks to get acquainted with a name or put a face to the name. Larry, you can turn your camera off. I'm tired of seeing you.
Okay.
Just kidding. But yeah, would anyone like to introduce themselves while we wait for some additional folks to come into the building? Feel free to just raise your hand and unmute yourself. Hey, Lottie.
Hey, what's up? I'm Lottie. I'm in New York, artist manager, community builder, Web3 and emerging tech enthusiast, all that jazz.
Lottie,
I love your glasses.
Thank you. These are my blue light
cool.
glasses. Blue light blocker, yeah.
Lottie's awesome. Virgil, if you get a chance to connect with anyone, Lottie is someone to definitely connect with in the music industry.
Don't gas me.
Lottie is one of my favorite people in the entire music industry. Everyone should go ahead and connect with Lottie. She also has a really amazing group on Twitter called Music Industry Opportunities. She's a Web3 consultant. She was a songwriter, but she's still a very talented songwriter. A tech guru, music industry mogul, all of the above. So
You are too kind. Wow.
we love
I have
you.
many titles.
Thanks, Lottie. It's good to see
Appreciate
you.
you.
Danny, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Danny with J. Everybody, I'm from the Bronx, New York, Boogie Down Bronx. Exactly.
Hey.
I'm a songwriter and a music producer, and if anyone wants to collab after this session, you could definitely drop your emails, and I can send over some loops, send over some things to guys, so we can get things cooking. All right, appreciate you guys.
Cool. Nice to meet you, Danny. Thanks for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Angelique, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. My name is Angelique. I think this is the first time I've been on official Finessed Zoom, so I'm very excited to be here and connect with everyone. I'm originally from Miami. I'm a singer-songwriter. I also play like the guitar from the 80s, so anyone interested in some, bringing back some 80s music, like this is where you go. So I'm very, very excited to sit in and listen and take all the notes and ask all the questions. So thanks for having me.
That's awesome. We all need a guitar player in our lives. Cool. It's nice to meet you, Angelique, and welcome to the Finesse Fam. Woo woo.
Thank you.
Alexi,
Larry.
is there a sheet for a Google contact sheet?
Yes, I thought of you today because last time I didn't have one, and
I tried.
I got it though. Hold on, give me 1 second, everybody. I'm going to drop a contact sheet in the chat for you all. Hopefully it opens up, and if it doesn't, then I will fix it for you. Thank you, Larry, for reminding me. Cool. Jared, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. My name is Jared Olua. I'm from Los Angeles, California. Top liner, vocalist, producer, high energy stuff. I do a little R&B. Diving more into the sync licensing space. So I'm here to get some more knowledge and to also support, whoever's in here. And what's up to everybody? I know I don't want to do roll call, but I have hello.
Cool. Thanks, Jared. It's good to see you again. You've been in attendance for the last few ones. You're on a roll. We love that. Cool. Hey, Angie, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. Nice to finally meet you. I always get your emails, and I've been wanting to, but I just do a lot. But anyways, my name is Angie. For those who don't know me, I go by Spacey Baby. I do multiple things. So first, I actually help with sync placements. I do consulting at BAM Music. Done some of my work is on Netflix, and then I also work at Block that owns Cash App, Tidal, Afterpay, and I study merchant behavior. And I also run my own platform called Spacey Baby Radio, where I have a playlist where I rotate it weekly and just try to help artists expand their music to a wider audience. And then I do a lot of film photography, just a little bit of everything. So
Angie,
yeah.
Angie is an awesome curator. If you all get a chance, definitely go follow her on Twitter. And Angie, I can't wait to meet you in Miami. One of these days,
yes,
meet in Miami.
yes. Sorry, I'm actually originally from Naples, Florida, live in Colorado now, but since I work remote, I'm always in and out of Miami. So
gotcha. Okay, cool. One of these days we'll link up.
Yes, for sure. I got you.
Cool. Thanks, Angie. Jordan, you're up.
Cool. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, perfect. All right. My name is Jordan. I'm based out of Pittsburgh. I'm a rapper. I'm on a record label called Driving While Black Records. And by day, I work for Live Nation concerts doing regional marketing for tours that come into town. So wearing many hats, but happy to be here. Met Alexi, what was it, almost a year ago, I think, in New York. So just happy to be here and support. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, Jordan and I met at a conference out in New York. What was it? It was the
Indie Week.
The A2IM Indie Week.
Mm-hmm.
We were the loners of the group, and we met in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Cool. Thanks, Jordan.
Absolutely.
Jonesy, you're up.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for bringing me in here. My name Jonesy. I'm an audio hustler. I do production, engineering, camera work. I co-founded a media company. I could actually show you guys. Crescendo. We do graphic design, logo print, advertisement, all that good stuff. And I produce on a podcast that I'd like to show you guys named Club Culture. It ain't that He-Man woman hater podcast that y'all be seeing on Twitter and stuff. Like
Thank you.
like, but yeah, thanks for really just thanks for throwing this whole room. I'm looking for community to get into. Oh, I'm from Gary, Indiana too, by the way.
Nice. Cool. Thanks, Jonesy. Good to meet you.
It's nice to be here. Thank you.
All right. I see in the chat that y'all can't type into the doc. So I just fixed it. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, just let me know again. And I apologize. All right, Wayne, you are up. And then we've got Kimmy, Brayden, and then Mensa. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but you're gonna be the last one, and then we're gonna move into the event. So Wayne, you are up.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Wayne from Toronto, artist manager, indie label guy. Found out about this thanks to Lottie in her Twitter group. So shout out to her. And Nikki, your baby is really cute. Thanks for having me, everyone.
So much.
Cool. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks for joining. And shout out to Lottie again. I'm telling y'all, you have to connect with Lottie. Cool. Kimmy, you are up.
Hey guys, my name is Kimmy. My artist name is K Penny, and I'm just an independent music artist. And I'm trying to gather as much information I can about this space. I've been doing research about it, and I feel like I learned the best just, through hearing people that are experienced in it. So I'm excited about this.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Brayden, you are up.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Braydon. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Really just here to represent my buddy Kid Chaos. I'm gonna drop his handle in the chat. If you could give him a follow, it'd be much appreciated. It's probably I might be a little biased saying that he's the hardest artist in C-Bus, so y'all ought to give him a follow. But I'm a photographer, so if y'all ever around, let me know. I'll shoot your show for you.
Wow, Braydon, you are a great friend. I hope your friend is very grateful for you. That was such a great way to introduce your friend. But shout out to you, Braydon. Now everybody's got to go follow you. You got to drop your handle too in the chat or in the contact sheet. The contact sheet, is it good now? Give me a thumbs up if it's good now. All right, cool. I got you. All right. Mensa, you are up, and you are, and then we got Anthony. Anthony, we got to move on to the event. We'll let you introduce yourself towards the end.
Yeah, hey everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry, it's like 4 a.m. right now, so I'm looking a little crazy. So now putting my webcam. But yeah, I'm also here thanks to Ladi. I am artist. I make music, artist, producer, rapper, and sound engineer. And super glad to connect with y'all.
Cool. Where are you located?
So I live in Tanzania, actually.
Ooh, shout out to Tanzania. Thanks for coming on so late.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Hopefully all of the music towards the end wakes you up and then puts you right back to sleep. So we're excited to have you. Cool. Thanks everyone for introducing yourselves. I'm really excited to see lots of familiar faces and some newbies in here too. We hit the 50 mark. Woohoo! So I am very excited to be talking to y'all about music and film and television. Actually, I'm not going to be the one talking to you about music and film and television. A good friend of mine, Virgil Thomas, who, funny enough, went to high school with me, but we never met. And we know all the same people and have all of the same mutual connections. But we actually.
And then she slid into my DMs.
I was like, who's this handsome guy?
Spit a little game. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I was really excited to connect with Virgil on LinkedIn through just a random post that I had seen, and I found out that he was in the music supervision space. So I'm really excited to just introduce him to you all. He's a music executive over at Fifth Season, aka Endeavor Content, and works on music creative, is responsible for a lot of the music creative in films, series, and docu-series. Is that right?
All of it.
All of
Film,
them.
series, documentaries, all of it.
Gotcha. Okay, so Virgil also has worked on, just for some context for all of you, Virgil has worked on shows such as 80 for Brady, has won an Emmy for Severance on Apple TV, and has also worked on 13. What is the show, Virgil?
9 Perfect Strangers.
Nine
Yeah,
Perfect
yeah.
Strangers. I knew to start with a number. So he worked on 9 Perfect Strangers and has also recently or previously worked at WME with amazing artists such as Ruth B, Cyndi Lauper, Gloria Estefan, and Dolly Parton, and many more. So we're really excited to have Virgil on. If you all are as excited as I am, please unmute yourself and give us a little Finesse Media woo woo.
Yeah.
Cool. So Virgil, I am really excited to have you on here. I'm going to go ahead and move us into speaker view that way, or actually pin the both of us so that everybody can see us. And that way you all can see who you're chatting with today. So again, we're going to do a bit of an interview and Q&A. So for the first like 30 minutes or so, we'll do an interview and then we'll jump into an audience Q&A. So if you all do have questions, please just keep them to yourselves until towards the end, and then we'll jump into the listening session. So Virgil, thank you so much for being on here. I already love you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
what a lovely and cool collective that you have here. All really positive energy, I could tell. A lot of really cool creative people from literally all over the world. I don't think I've ever been on a Zoom with someone who is sitting in Tanzania.
yeah, I think this is our first Tanzania person too. So shout out.
Cool. Yeah.
Also, real quick, everyone, thank you for joining us today. This is a special Zoom event also because the pandemic started in New York City on March 20th or March 18th or March 20th of 2020. And it's been officially 3 years since the pandemic started. We did our first Zoom event in March of 2020 when we were supposed to be doing a physical event. So this is like our 3-year anniversary. We're really excited to have you. We did a kind of 3-year anniversary when we incorporated a couple of months ago, Virgil, but this is an even more special one because you're joining it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
So Virgil, I think it would be good for us to maybe start off in maybe just your background. Could you tell us, so the audience knows a little bit about you, how you got into the music, or I guess the entertainment industry, starting with maybe you can start off from like what you had studied or like where you had planned on going, and then jump into how you got into the music industry and then entertainment.
Totally. I am really happy to be here and I want to reiterate, I'm super available and I'm around, and hit me up whenever. And I make a point to grab coffees with any and everyone. But I mean, I studied politics and pre-law, which is so silly now that I think about it. I was good at it, right? And I had some good mentors tell me like the most important thing is that your professors and the people you're around know you're a hard worker, so study something that you're good at. So I studied politics and pre-law because I really am interested in how the world works. I thought about being a lawyer because I'm like a first generation college student, and I'm sure lots of people of color can relate, just wanting to take kind of a safe path so that their parents would be happy. And by the end of school, I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go to law school, but maybe I'll work in communications. I did that for a minute in Chicago, it got cold again and I was bored. And then I moved to LA, and my goal was always to kind of work in music and film and TV, to be honest. I really love all three. And I just weaseled my way into an HR job at a production company, and had no business doing that job. And I messed up a bunch of times, and I got fired because I didn't know what I was doing, and I deserved to get fired. And that was quite a few years ago. I turned that into an assistant role at William Morris Endeavor, which is a big talent agency. And I was in the music department, and I worked in touring, or actually music festivals, for 6 months or so. And then I went to work for, and I mean work for, like literally answer a guy's phone and send his mail and get his coffee. I went to work for a guy named Bradley Rainey, who did a bunch of music deals for people trying to make it in the movie and TV business. So like his like bread and butter were deals for like, he helped out with the Kendrick Lamar deal for Black Panther 1, right? Or like Solange making the theme song for Proud Family. That was like something that we all talked about, or all that kind of stuff, right? And then he also handled music for music like dramatic underscore type stuff, right? Like the John Williams sounds and the Hans Zimmer sounds. And I felt so lucky to be in a space where I didn't have to choose between film and TV, and music, which was my first love, that I thought like, this is a really good spot for me. And that's kind of where I dug in, and I got really good at that stuff. I got promoted. And actually the day I got promoted is the day I ended up accepting this job at Fifth Season as an executive in the music department, here at this production studio, who at the time was called Endeavor Content, which was a sister company of William Morris Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was a really long-winded answer.
But I gave a lot of context, so it was good. Also, by the way, everyone, please remember to just take notes. We are going to be going into some advice for artists and folks that are interested in music supervision as well. So I hope you have your notebooks ready to go. Danny, I see you got yours. Shout out, Danny. Cool. Awesome. So Virgil, obviously you have a lot of experience in the music industry and entertainment. I think some things that could be helpful for everybody in the audience to know about is like, what's your day-to-day look like? Because you're no longer managing talent anymore, or managing deals for talent or anything like that. You're mostly working on music and film and television, but you're not necessarily the music supervisor on them. So what's your day-to-day look like, and what does your role really entail?
Yeah, so I will say that when we first got here, I did music supervise some projects. The department was a lot smaller, the company was smaller. And the first project I music supervised was The Lost Daughter, which was a really gentle kind of art house feature by a woman named Maggie Gyllenhaal. And it was her directorial debut. And it got nominated for a bunch of Oscars. So I was like, all right, well, I'm on the right track. So I kind of like doing this job. But since then, the studio has grown a lot, and most of my job is hiring all the folks that I used to represent, or at least that type of creative.
Mm-hmm.
So all day I spend time talking to brilliant musicians about how to get into film and TV, what we are looking for on any given project. I spend a lot of time talking to directors and writers and showrunners and producers, asking them what they hear for their project, what they hear for their film or TV show or documentary. I spend a lot of time reading scripts, which, as someone who loves to read, it's really nice that I get paid to do that nowadays. And I'll read a script and then think to myself, okay, well, what does this project sound like? What does this world sound like? And I go have a conversation with a director or a showrunner, and then try to bring that to life. quite a bit of it's like putting out fires and talking people out of making bad decisions. And
what kinds of bad
and I've-
decisions? Like when you say bad decisions, what does that look like for you?
A bad decision would be a director hiring their dad to make the music for their movie because their dad plays guitar. No experience doing anything else, but they know how to play guitar, so they can do this job. I'm like, I appreciate that. I love you looking out for your people, but maybe this isn't the first job. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know, they can assist someone and learn how the process goes, those decisions. Or telling someone, you know, like, this is a really cool and gentle movie. I don't think you need trap music right there. You know what I'm saying? Like someone's crying right now. I don't think that that this music artist makes a lot of sense for this very moment, but maybe, you know, maybe the next scene. A lot of stuff like that. You know, people decide to everyone wants to kind of help out their friends, which again I respect, but like at the same time, you got to protect the creative integrity of some projects, you know. Yeah, that's probably the bad decisions I talk people out of.
Jared Olua said trap music equals the crying scene in the chat.
I mean, maybe in the right project, but sometimes maybe not. You know.
Yeah. No, that's funny. When you say that you're working with a lot of film and TV directors, do you primarily work? Does your day look like you're spending majority of your time with the film and TV side of people who are working with you, or are you more on the music side?
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like a lot of matchmaking. I'd say like half of my time is spent with film and TV people and half of it spent with musicians. And again, I'm really lucky to be in this world right in between. So, I mean, a lot of times, what do people say? Like, talking about music is like dancing about architecture, right? Like I'm lucky enough to be able to speak music more or less. I'm trying to get a director to speak music too, you know, like I don't, I might understand what an artist is trying to do, and I may be able to translate for a director so they get it when something's in early stages, to kind of trust the process. Or directors are notoriously bad at feedback, and musicians are notoriously bad at taking direction, right? So like a lot of times I'm trying to get people to be on the same page who are both incredibly talented but may not be you know, seeing eye to eye. I do spend a lot of time with film people because my company is a film and TV studio. But I would say probably every single external meeting I take, out of every single external meeting, maybe 8 out of 10 of those are with a musician, or with music folks, like a music supervisor, or, you know, or a producer, or, you know, songwriters, composers, all that cool stuff.
Got it. How did you develop your ear for music supervision? Because obviously I'm sure you've got to listen to so many different types of music, but it's not just about music that you like, it's also about music that works for film and television. So like, how do you develop that ear, and what types of things do you look for when looking for music in film and television?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. I mean, I guess I've always kind of been just like a pop culture buff. Came really naturally to me to care about music a lot. I don't think that there's anything in the world that connects people better than music. There's stuff that can't be said that music can convey. I think me getting good at this job and developing that ear was me kind of like abandoning my ego, abandoning like what's good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone puts some effort into it and they've like honed their craft, I promise you it's good, period. Even if like I'm not going out to listen to German folk music, like there's someone that does, and someone put a lot of time and effort into that, right? So like, I'm not trying, like, I gotta like set aside like what I think is good and realize like it's all good if someone puts some real effort into it, you know? When I like kind of set my ego and my own, that part of my the way we all grow up, right? Where you're supposed to have the right opinion all the time. When I set that side of me aside, I kind of just realized that it's more about like soundtracking someone else's story. And it's made me better and better and better at my job, right? Like, it's like when someone passes you the aux in the car, like you're not just going to be like, hey, yo, like, look at my playlist. It's like, okay, well, like, I know this person likes a little bit of R&B, you know, I'm driving down the beach, you know, like maybe I'll put on something that fits this moment as opposed to exactly what I want to hear in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like appealing to as many people as possible and kind of soundtracking a moment. They like R&B. Oh, and I know they like a little bit of electronic music. Maybe I'll check out Channel Trace and I'll show some channel instead of just like in that moment when I might want to hear the Beyonce album, Renaissance, on repeat for the 10th time that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of about recognizing that all of the music is all music is good. It's just like matching it to the moment. Even if I at that moment might want to hear something else selfishly, you know.
Yeah, being sort of a DJ curator, it sounds like is really important to creating someone said curating an experience and creating an experience. And someone said, I thought I saw someone say something about a magical moment, which also
the magic moment, getting the aux cord.
Also, the way that you speak about music and music going into film and television, and the way that you curate an experience is really awesome. Also, I'm very curious, Virgil. Virgil, I just know from the people that you used to hang out with when we were growing up, I know that you used to be at least a very opinionated person. So
100%.
So
I'm still opinionated, and like most of the time my opinions are about if someone didn't try. Like, that's like I mean, I'll say it again, like I don't pretend to have all the right answers, at least not anymore. I like, everything's a collaboration, and if someone put in some effort to something, it's worth giving a shot, like, period. I do have big opinions, and I am really passionate about music, and I will die on a hill to tell you that Taylor Swift is a great songwriter and that Renaissance is Beyonce's best album, right? But like, I don't, you know, these hot takes are not, you know, it's exactly it. It's just my hot take, you know? No one else is not everyone has to agree with me.
The bull base said Virgil be roasting in the chat. I can see that. That's so funny.
I try not to anymore.
I guess it's just it seems like it's about being able to put your ego aside when it comes to curating an experience for other people, but also being able to have your opinions and know, because you can have like good and bad music, but that's subjective to each person.
Totally.
Too.
Yeah. And like, the other thing is like, you're telling someone else's story, you know. Like, I remember I was working at WME, and my boss at the time had just finished Daft Punk's deal on Tron.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the worst experience. They really had not a great time. And you can look that up, right? Like, they had a really hard time figuring out the music for that movie. And he was just talking about how you can be like the best musician in the world, but you're really used to telling your own story. Sometimes for film, you got to put your ego aside and tell the director's story. And that's a hard skill to practice. In the same way, a lot of times producers are telling a songwriter's story, or a producer is working with that artist, you know, and trying to make that artist shine, and not necessarily what they think is best. They're trying to show up and collaborate, and not just push their agenda the whole time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How is it working with, because I know that you oversee a lot of music supervisors, but you're also working with the composers directly oftentimes as well. What do you think is the difference between working with the music supervisors and let's say, what's the difference between working with the music supervisors in comparison to working with the composers and the artists directly?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think like music supervisors are usually more often than not, when I trust them, I follow their lead. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like my studio by virtue of trusting the people we hire and like trusting the people that we have employed on some show. We don't give a lot of notes. It's like not our style. I don't like breathing down people's necks. It's just like not how I want to lead, not how I want creatives to kind of to spread their wings. I don't like people to think that I'm some like ivory tower executive. It's just like not my style, right? And supervisors have a lot of really cool taste, and I like collaborating with supervisors in a way that like that lets these brilliant creatives kind of stretch their legs. You know what I'm saying? Like if they need help, they know where to call. I call to check in on them once a week. The early conversations, the ephemeral stuff, the like talking about the stuff that's hard to talk about, like the oh, I want something darker, but like what does darker mean? Like oh, do we mean electronic? Do we mean this? That early conversation, I love that stuff. And then I let people go do their jobs. It's just like not I will never breathe down someone's neck. It is like any job that would ask that of me is probably not a job for me. You know what I'm saying? And on the composer side, I take the same ethos, but a lot of times composers are brilliant music people who, again, I'm translating for with our directors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't pretend to be able to know how to conduct a 70-piece orchestra to get to that big action moment. You know what I'm saying? So I would much rather like ask a question or be along for the ride and offer my suggestions than telling someone how to do their job. I think I'm good at like the big picture, and that's my whole job, because I'm good at kind of seeing the holistic music vision for a film or a TV show. And we hire a composer to put in that original score. We hire, Teddy Shapiro to make that main theme song and make it haunting and cool and strange. And then we hire a music supervisor like Rob Lowry to put in some really cool music to kind of soundtrack that project. I think that they're also just inherently different in terms of job. So I get to watch them collaborate too. And most of the time, just like let smart people do smart things. Hiring smart people and telling them what to do is pretty dumb.
Yeah, Virgil, I love hearing you talk about your job, because I can tell how much you enjoy working with creatives, but also how much you understand how to work with creatives. Because I think one hard part about working in the music industry and in the entertainment industry is there are so many creatives, and oftentimes creatives have their own ideas of like what sounds good and what looks good and what is going to be a great experience for everyone else, but no one really knows what is going to be a great experience for everyone else. We all are kind of just figuring it out as we go, but the cool part is you get to figure it out. Like you are the one who's creating that overall picture for large audiences. Like Severance has a huge audience in the US. Especially.
Yeah. I mean, I think like it kind of goes back to my like there's no right answer thing. We all just have different experiences, like there have been really, really cool like really, really cool musicians that haven't worked out in a project, and it just wasn't their project. Like now, like go back to them and hire them on the next project and they kill it. You know what I'm saying? Like we work it out, we figure it out, we collaborate. There is no, more often than not, again, if you're skilled and you're honed and you put some hard work in, whatever you're doing is not right or wrong. It's just it's just what the project needs at that moment, you know?
Yeah. I'd love to open up. I had a couple of other questions, but I actually really want to open up the floor to the audience. And
sorry, I'm talking too long.
No, it's great. This is all really great context and insight into your job. And I know we spoke for like 2 hours or something the last time, so I want to let everybody else ask questions. But I'd love to open the floor up to the audience. So if you all have questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into gallery view so I can see you all. But yeah, if you all have questions, go ahead and just raise your hand and then I'll call on you. Please just keep in mind, this is a talk about music and film and television, so please try to keep it on topic. And also, I know that some of you have very specific questions that you probably want to ask. Just keep in mind we are limited on time, so just like try to keep it brief. Diamond, I'm going to go ahead and call on you first, and the Bull Bay and Angie. Diamond, are you there? There you
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. So I just had a question about the sync licensing. So when a person submits something for sync licensing and you guys actually, let's say you approve this song for whatever project it is, what all goes into it next? Like as far as contracting, do you have to get in contact with that artist and then the producer has to agree as well? What goes as far as contracts is concerned?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be a hater for all the people who love this part of the business, but this is quite literally the worst part of my job. It like the paperwork really drives me up the wall, right? Like you may have some song that's awesome and everyone's down and we're putting in the show, and then comes the real legwork. There's a publisher. A publisher is usually the person who keeps track of the technical copyright of a song, like the underlying notes and melody of that song and the lyrics. And then there's the person who owns the master, right? And the master is like that actual recording. Back in the day, they used to use like physical records, like master records, and make prints of them. And like the original physical recording, the vinyl would be pressed, everyone would be copied off of that. So like those are the two parts. And when things go swimmingly and smoothly, one person might own both of those two parts of it. When things get really complicated, like a Kanye West song, for example, I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about him anymore, but a Kanye West song, like
for context,
like Kanye West songs are notorious for sampling really, really cool old masters. You have to go get permission from every single person who has a writing credit on that song, who has the authority, the publisher share, to tell whether or not that song can be used in one of our projects. So like, you guys go do an experiment and look at any song from Beyonce's album and see the list of 15 songwriters. You would have to get permission from all 15 of those people before I can put it in my show. When it's easy and smooth, one person owns both the times. Most of the time, it's usually like 3 or 4 parties. When it's really difficult, which is rap music, 9 times out of 10, because Black folks sample a lot of music because like historically we haven't had access to a bunch of instruments, right? There's some really cool history to look into there. There is an incredible amount of paperwork that goes into getting that license approved.
Diamond, does that? I think that was good context. Diamond, there's also, we've done a couple of music and film and television chats recently, and we have a few slides, and this is for everyone who hasn't been on our last calls. We've been doing several of them as a series. Go onto our YouTube. There are a few slides that Jasmine Benward, who's the music supervisor as well, has provided, and that will help break some of the items down, because it's a little bit hard to just go and tell you all of the things that you'll need in order to get music licensed into film and television. But we do have a few slides on our previous YouTube, so definitely check that out if you haven't all got a chance.
Awesome. I will definitely check that out. And you did answer my question. Thank you so much.
All right.
I can tell by your
And then that's
face
also
that-
really true. The numbers, the money, like that's the other question. I didn't even get into the numbers, but all that paperwork, and then you got to pay someone a couple $100,000 or something like that. So it's
Yep.
not always
I can
easy.
tell by your
But-
tell by your face and by the way you started answering the question. It was like, oh my gosh, it's a long road.
It's a long road.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
just say it's always easier to have one-stop music where you have one person responsible for all of it. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, always easiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, this chat is so funny. Larry said he samples his cat. Lottie said, "Is your cat independent?" She is, and she's paid in treats there with Ask Cat. All right. All right, on to the next question. The Bull Bay. I'm gonna go ahead and let you ask your question.
Yeah, y'all are so funny. This is incredible to read and listen to. So yeah, thank you for having this conversation. You're kind of answering a lot of my questions, but I'll ask it anyway. I just got my first song placement, and my first thought was, how can I
Congratulations. That's a big
Oh.
milestone. I'm like, that's really, really exciting. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a long winding road. Glad it happened. And yeah, I want to reproduce it. How do you build infrastructure around it so you can just make sure you're doing this like frequently and often and every week and every day and just get a bunch of song placements? What would be the first few steps other than paperwork?
Yeah, you can, there are like agents that's whole job is to represent music, right? And I don't even necessarily mean like publishers. I mean like sync houses who represent a specific library, and they're going out and they're helping and selling your music, and they're hitting up people like me, people like music supervisors, people who work at labels and producers, and saying, yo, I got the perfect song for that. I got, there's this really cool new artist who's gonna blow up, like all that good stuff, right? Someone's there selling your work. And you start those conversations by legit just reaching out to people who work at sync houses. You could just Google independent sync houses. There are the majors, right? But the majors aren't where, in my opinion, most major labels, they're pitching their cash cow artists. So if you find someone independent who is really, 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 really passionate about you, then they're going to work twice as hard than any major label or major sync house will.
Yeah, and just for those
make
of
sense?
you, oh, did we lose the Bull Bay? I think it.
No, I'm right here.
Oh,
Thank you so much. I
okay,
was taking notes the entire time. Thank you so much.
There are a bunch of different sync houses that y'all can check out. There's, what is it called? There's What Up Pitches. So some of these are like more independent ones. There's What Up Pitches. Eric Makes Music runs Control Camp. Angie, do you also work for a sync house? Yeah. Connect
Yeah.
with Angie.
Yeah. So I work at Bam Music, it's a music library where they already have their music cleared. So like that's where
Boom.
so you could definitely check them out. They're actually originally from Paris, but they have an office here in the US.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
and I work with, my job partners with So Stereo, who is a big sync house too. You can upload your music on there, and then it's only, and then like when I'm looking for a song, oh no, like last minute I need to fill up this one spot. I know that So Stereo usually, almost always, it's a one-stop shop to try to clear that music. So I only got to deal with one person or two people to get that in our show and get on with the production.
Yeah, and for those of you who weren't on our So Stereo call, if you go onto our YouTube, So Stereo also spoke with us like a couple months ago. Beto, the CEO or co-founder of the company, spoke a little bit about how to get in touch with them. So there's lots of resources on our YouTube, everyone. Angie, I'm going to go ahead and let you ask your question.
Okay. Virgil, thank you so much for the information. As someone that's in the industry and just loves film, like it's just really nice to hear someone else's perspective. But I'm just really curious, what film did you watch that triggered you to be like, you know what, this is what I want to do? There's more like a personal question, just because I like to see what film really triggered them.
It's like funny you asked this question and I'm like getting emotional. I really like dramatic score, which is like kind of an unpopular thing to like. But my dad and I would always watch the Star Wars films, and that is like some of the most iconic music of all time. The Imperial March, the dun dun dun,
yeah,
dun, 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 that whole thing. I had that song. That was my dad's ringtone for the longest time, and that's like kind of like my family's series. We would watch that all together. My dad passed away, so I think about music and like how important it is to my life, and it feels like a way I can connect with my dad, right? When I get to talk about again, the ephemeral stuff, like the stuff that gives you a feeling that's really hard to talk about in words, you know what I'm saying? So probably Star Wars, the Needle Drops, Space Jam, Space Jam. I was like, oh, this is a whole job. Like you can there are people who put together that soundtrack. You're kidding me. All that. Honestly, 90s Nickelodeon had the best music. I'm like chasing that. That's the goal. It was all so great. But yeah, that's my emotional answer.
Well, I love it. I was just curious because I watched the movie and it did the same for me. But honestly, yeah, thank you. I'd love to connect with you afterwards as well.
Yeah, I'm around.
Well, thanks, Angie. All right, we have 5 more minutes for the Q&A, so I'm going to try to get through everyone as quickly as possible. Davida, you're up.
All right, lightning round.
Hi, y'all. This is my first time here, so this has been really cool and exciting. So I have a couple of questions. I currently work at Paramount Plus in like the content and programming space, but I want to get into the music sync space as like a sync agent for African artists. I'm really big into African music and African film. I wanted to know from you your thoughts on the best city for someone like me to go to, whether that should be LA or New York, if the kind of music that I'm trying to get into has anything to do with that. And 2, the best way to connect with music supervisors, since I've heard it is such a close-knit community.
Yeah, okay, so LA, New York, either of those are good. Most of the music business happens in LA, but a lot of the coolest artists are actually coming out of New York, right? So there's really no right place to be. I would say connecting with music supervisors is as simple, they're very normal people. I promise you, you see their name in lights and stuff like that, but it's really not like that. They're just music nerds, just like the rest of us. Them up a little bit and then ask to take them to coffee. Boom, done. That's it. You got to slide into the DM, just like Alexi did for me. Hey, I love that project. Are you taking generals? Boom, done. All right. Next question.
Cool. Davida, I know you have a couple of questions. Feel free to drop them in the chat if we do have a chance to answer them or see something that we might be able to answer on here, then we'll get to it later.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Lottie, your 2-second question. Literally, you only have 2 seconds.
Yeah, so first of all, this has been awesome. Alexi brings on the best guests. Virgil, I'm taking you to coffee.
I'm around. Hit me up.
I just wanted to ask if you had any sort of newsletter or listserv when it comes to any time you're looking for songs, because some music supervisors that I work with, they'll send out like an email blast about like the shows that they're working on and the kind of songs that they need and then the disco link and things like that. So do you ever do stuff like that?
I probably should. I hate to say that I relied this mostly on my relationships, you know, the people I trust. I don't, to be honest, more often than not, I don't like working with major labels. I'm gonna get all my costs just went up, all my fees doubled when I just said that. But I like prefer to like work with artists directly, as opposed to whoever labels the big labels pushing at that moment. So I rely on my friends. You know, my friends who are managers, my friends who work at sync houses. Hey, like what's hot, what's coming up? This is what I'm looking for. But I probably should start doing an email blast. I just like to keep things intimate, you know.
Yeah,
I
for
also
sure.
don't want to like be fake and like send a big email blast, and I know I only listen to 5% of it, and I get 50 submissions, and I'm like, you know, like it's just like I want to be like real and honest about that type of stuff, you know.
I appreciate you. Sorry I have to go, but thank you so much for taking the time, and I will slide in the DMs.
It was really nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Bye, Lottie. Love you.
Bye, love you.
All right, Kimmy, I think you're gonna be the last one. If anyone has additional questions, you can drop them in the chat.
Sorry, guys.
Right.
I'm long-winded.
It's perfect, Virgil.
So thank you guys so much for having this space. This is my first time being a part of this, and I'll definitely be coming to the next events. And my question for you guys was, are the listings that you see on like Taxi and BroadJam, are they like things that you guys actually look into? Because I just started researching about this like kind of recently, and I'm like, there's no way these listings are like real because they just sound like so generic. And I just wanted to get some like sense of direction. Like, am I looking in the right spaces as an artist myself that wants to get into these kinds of placements?
Yeah. I mean, to kind of go back to Lottie's thing, I don't like artists will see a listing and get so excited and put so much work into it, right? And then no one will listen. So like that's why I try not to go too wide. Like I don't want folks to pour their heart and soul into something for me to get 100 submissions and realistically only have time to listen to 5 of them. So what I would suggest is to make personal connections with the folks who are placing music, right? Again, like music supervisors are very normal people. Follow them on Instagram when they're posting about projects. Say, hey, I really loved that show, and hit them up and ask to take them to coffee and ask where to get started. Did you try to get placements in film and TV? You know?
Got it. I feel like you're going to get a lot of free coffee after this.
Okay.
Virgil's gonna be hyped up on caffeine.
Good.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Kimmy. Jonesy, Alina, and Jan, I saw a couple of you typed in the chat. So to answer some of your guys' questions, we have tons of resources on our YouTube. I would highly suggest checking out our previous music and film and television or music supervision chats, because we do list out different sync licensing agents. And a great way to look up sync agents is through Facebook groups and Instagram and LinkedIn. You can just like even Google them, as Virgil was mentioning.
100%.
And then also in terms of submitting music that has been unreleased, I would say just be careful of submitting any music that you don't have any of the rights to. But if you own any One Stop Music, I highly suggest getting Disco. It's a platform that a lot of music supervisors use, and you could submit music to music supervisors yourself. It's not 100% necessary, but many music supervisors will ask for Disco links. And then also if you don't have the time to submit to music supervisors, because just keep in mind that it does take you away from creating your art oftentimes when you're doing a lot of administrative work. I would highly suggest getting a sync agent or a publisher if you don't have the time to do the sync pitches yourself.
I agree. And if you are pitching, like a little trick of the trade, the title of the song and then the BPM next to it, the beats per minute, A lot of sync licensing people, a lot of music supervisors are like, oh, I need something up tempo. The quickest way to know whether or not something's up tempo by taking a look is to see, oh, it has 100 beats per minute, right? Or, you know, oh, I need something down tempo. This has 60 beats per minute. That'll help a lot.
Cool. Hopefully that is helpful for all of you. So we are going to go ahead and jump into our listening session. This is one of my favorite parts of our Finesse Media events. And we have some of you keep submitting your music late to me. Stop doing that, please. So,
I was super early.
Yes, Larry, you got it to me early this time. You're usually late though. But I am going to try to get to as many of the songs as possible. If there's anyone that we don't get through, then I think you've already been emailed by April. So we have about 12 songs that we're going to try to get through. We usually will play about 1.5 minutes, but this time we're going to do something a little bit differently. A lot of music supervisors will skim through songs. So what I'll do is I'll play from the beginning, or I think Jay, Aaron, you're the only one who asked for it to be played a little bit later. So I'll start it at the starting point and then I'll skim through your guys' music. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me just a moment. I have lots of tabs open. So just give me 1 second. All right, share screen. Here we go. Keep in mind, y'all, you do have to be present for your music to be played. And if you missed this listening session, then we will have another listening session on the next event. You do have to submit early. So the first song that we have is by Atali, who submitted Homeless. Usually the way that this works, everyone, and for Virgil, since this is your first time joining us, we'll usually play through some of the song, and then you're welcome to give feedback, and it could be subjective, objective, whatever comes to mind. And it's mostly like constructive criticism. So all of the folks who submit know that they're going to be receiving constructive criticism on their music. Cool. So first up, we have Atali, who submitted Homeless. Is Atali here with us? No? No, she's not. Okay, hold on. I actually shared the wrong thing anyway. Okay, so we're not playing Atali. We are going to play, instead we're going to play Shine's It Goes Up. Is Shine in the building?
I am indeed in the building.
Here we go. All right, Shine submitted an electronic track. This song is called It Goes Up, and here we go. Through a little. Pause it there. Ooh, Shine, I don't think I've heard this one, or if I have, it's been a while since I've heard this one. Virgil, any thoughts?
It sounds so cheesy, but it's very thinkable. No, and I really like the journey, right? Like the opening's really cool. You're not bored at one point. Like you're kind of like excited about where it's gonna go the entire time. I really liked it, and I could tell you put a lot of work into it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that feedback. And yeah, I mean, that's something I really strive for in my music. I think especially in electronic music where like if vocals aren't the centerpiece, I always want to take someone on a journey. So I appreciate the listen and support.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to listen after this too. Check out my
Shine
music.
put out, I think it was an EP, right? Not an album.
Yeah, a little 8-song EP.
Yeah, his EP is really cool. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Shine. You know, I
Thank
love your music, so I'm not gonna dive deeper into how much I love your music, but yeah, that was cool. Thank you. Next up, we've got Jordan Montgomery. Jordan, I see you in the building. This is Zamboni.
Germ on the boards. Big homie, yeah. Real niggas know me, yeah. Spend a couple grand, got a couple grand on me, yeah. Heading to the beach side, brought the sand, homie, yeah. Skating on this beat like a fucking Zamboni. I'm your big homie, yeah. Real niggas know me, yeah. Spend a couple grand, got a couple grand on me, yeah. Heading to the beach side, brought the sand, homie, yeah. Skating on this beat like a fucking Zamboni. I'm your big homie, yeah. Real niggas know me, yeah. Drop the purple tape, got me feeling like I'm Kobe, yeah. Minnesota, yeah. Popping like some soda, yeah. Whip it like a stolen, yeah. Color purple Oprah, yeah. Yeah, I'm from the Berg, but no, you can't come over here. It's a private party, so please don't take no photos here. All the whips we drove in here, looking like a motorcade. Whole team of hitters got it looking like a batting cage. Stacking all the accolades. If you grown to act your age, miss me with the on me, yeah. Skating on this beat like a fucking Zay. Yeah, she my biggest fan, yeah, yeah, head of the class, yeah, she a grad, yeah, you be in your feelings, she be in the bag, yeah, we just run it up, y'all can go and do the math, yeah, we be in the future and y'all be in the past, and it ain't about who did it first, it's about who's going last, and it ain't about who did it first, it's about who's going last, big homie, yeah, real niggas know me, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pause it there. Ooh, Jordan, I haven't heard this, but it's been a while since I've heard this. This is cool. You have a music video for this, right?
No, I'm working on it though. I got a few. I just put out the album that this was the lead single from. So just been trying to get out some content this year. Yeah.
This one is cool. Virgil, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I feel like the exciting thing about this is like it's something that I already feel like I can dance to and know the words to. Like it'd be really easy for me to like pick it up and like rap to my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like the hook is really cool. It's already addicting. It's already catchy. And I just listened to a minute of it. It's really cool.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well,
I like the hook a
thanks,
lot,
Jordan.
man.
Big homie, yeah. Oh, cool. So DVDV, you are up next. Are you in the building? Phyllis? No? Phyllis is not here. All right. Hopefully Phyllis joins a little bit later. If anyone knows Phyllis, let her know. We are waiting on her. We have got Spill Raw.
Phyllis is here. Phyllis is here.
Oh, she's here. She's here.
Oh, she's here. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen again. Here we go. This is more, I would say this one is more of an electronic track, I think, DVDV, right? DVDV make, I think like ethereal electronic music. Oh, you can't, your mic's not working. Okay, cool. Awesome. So this is Distance by Polly Armor and DVDV. Right, I'm gonna scroll through. All right, I'm gonna pause it there. Virgil, any thoughts?
Yeah, DVDV is the vocals polyarmor or
She's in the chat, so I think we have to wait a second
Yeah.
for
I'm watching very intently. I was just gonna say that the sound design in like the production, like that's the type of stuff that we look for in original score. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Hopefully you don't take that as an insult, but it's like that's the type of song that is like more about leading people to feel a certain emotion at a certain time, you know, at least that's how I feel. So like you should try to work to picture, like find a YouTube video and score it like a little mini movie, just like flex your muscles and like, I don't know if it's interesting to you, explore working to film and TV, because that's a really, really cool, really cool sound design and soundscape you've created there.
Yeah, DVDV, I think you've submitted some music in the past to us, and your music is very, yeah, it's usually very like ethereal. It's very, like it reminds me of kind of futuristic type movies. So it would be cool for you to explore like sci-fi or something like that, because I definitely could see this kind of music in sci-fi.
Totally. What I've told people to do in the past as they're trying to get into film and TV is to download a trailer, if you're allowed to do that, download a trailer to remove all the music and then try to create music for that movie or for that trailer. To spend some time creating music for that 3-minute movie and see if you like it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I am going to go ahead and move on to the next one. So DVDV, thank you for sharing that. Also, Julie, I see you got to bounce. Bye, Julie. We love you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing really quick just so I can share the next one. But yeah, Phyllis, thank you for sharing that. That was cool. Next up, we have got Spill Raw with Sertu. Spill Raw, are you in the building, Raul? Do we have you? Are you in the building? No, you are not. Okay, next up then we have got Manipulation by Jay Aaron. So here we go. And you wanted me to start at, I think, 17 seconds. So I'm going to start at 17 and then I'm just going to start scrolling through. So I think 17.
Stone cold demeanor. I see them down the street, and it looks like a kill. That's the one who got me. I said, darling, I'm liking what I see. She said, if you wanna talk, you got to pay my time. Ain't we got love it? I think you heard what I said. She caught me by surprise. Yeah, better than the lines. I love it. I want you bad me instead. I said, baby, what you trying to make me do? I think I can't get enough of you. I think I'm about to break the rule. Yeah. It's a victim over there while she's sitting in the chair. Yeah, she playing with her hair, looking like she don't even care. Tell you, say it with your chest when you say you did your best. Tell me why it's always toxic. toxic ones that's yelling manifest. I love it.
Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna pause it there. I imagine like a Downy commercial or a, what is it called? Like a Tide Pods or something, like someone sniffing, or like Febreze or something, someone sniffing like clothing, and they're like, oh my God, this smells so good. And they're dancing around their room. Jay, Aaron, this is such a cool song. I think I've heard this maybe in one of our past ones, but yeah, I really like this. Virgil, any thoughts?
Thank you very
So
much.
fun. Oh my God, your speaking voice is beautiful too.
Oh, good. Oh, you're making me blush over here. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I love that bass line. I mean, I'm hearing everything right through Zoom, through AirPods. Like I wish I could hear that bass line like deeper and louder, because that bass line is so good. Also, like, is that you at the end, like rapping? Is this, or did you just write this?
Yeah,
that's
I wrote all of it. I got a friend who plays bass a little bit better than I do to really kill it.
Yeah, all right.
But I did everything. I'm singing, I produced it. I'm banging on cups, pots, pans.
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, I mean, I love the way your voice sounds at the end. One of my friends works with this artist named Channel Trace, who I don't know if you're familiar with, but he like has like a beautiful deep voice like yours. And it's like electronic, funky kind of rap. I don't know how to describe it, right? That's the cool thing about it. And you should just check out the way he talks. Channel Trace. Channel, like changing the channel, and Trace as in TRES. Just check out the way he talks in his music. It's really, really cool. Maybe like it's like your intonation is a lot like his, and maybe you can learn something from that too. I love the bass. I love the bass in your voice.
Any and all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening. Thank you for the love, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Jay, Aaron.
Thank you, Alexi.
Next up, we have got All Right. We've got All Right, the demo from Universe. Anthony Cody, I see you in the building. So I'm going to go ahead and play, and I'm going to scroll through as we listen.
Yeah. Wishing I could tell you something to make it feel alright. Make it feel alright. Wishing I could tell you something too, yeah. They make it feel alright. I make it feel alright. Thinking about my life, will I get it right? At 24, I got more time, but the goals that I have feel so high. I'm moving like I gotta have it all right now. Big homie said I gotta slow it down. Trying to do it all, gonna leave me burnt out. Hard to see when I can see a way around. The spirits in my heart, I don't wanna let down. Too much pressure on a kid. Wishing I could tell you I'm a rock star. Yeah, real rock star. Shell hit the lights in my attic when it got dark. Feeling like the dream couldn't be far. Think of what I see and it's still scars. Relive it every day and it's still hard. I just want peace and it's still hard. When they ask, I just read off the same cards. Like, I'm alright. Trust me, I'm alright. Who, me? It's all vibes. Telling you I'm alright. It's like that though. Hard to admit when you're feeling so low. Trying not to.
There. Universe, that was cool. It was interesting to hear the types of the beat that you used in the background is not what I would expect for your voice, but I felt like it was very creative. I was trying to figure out where I could see this, if it would be in some type of film or television. I'm still trying to process it. So if it comes to mind, I'll let you know. But yeah, Virgil, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, okay. So I'm like really torn because I want the production to match the vocals so much, but your
Mhm.
voice is so pretty that I don't want you to do anything to your like the background is so wild and it makes your voice sound so much more crisp. And I feel like it would be a little bit more cohesive if you produced your voice a little bit more, but also your voice is beautiful and I don't want you to do anything to your voice. Like
That's how I felt too, Virgil.
that's like awful advice. I'm giving you two different opinions. I liked it. Okay. That's your voice is great. I want to hear more of it. Maybe even on this mix, just like turn it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I really, really like
Okay.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I try to like juxtapose my voice in a way to kind of like contrast like it's like melancholy.
Yeah,
The song is supposed to be like kind of sad and deep, but like usually I go ham on like drums and percussion, but this was like one of my first tracks I did where I have like absolutely no drums. The whole track is like more focused on the vocals. Like the background's supposed to feel more like an ocean. But I'm glad that you said that because like I've been kind of like I want to be done with the song so bad, but I feel like it's not done. And like I don't know. I never
mean,
know where to go with it.
the production is dope. Like, and that's why I feel like I'm giving you
Thank you.
like contradicting advice. I like, again, this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
could be very wrong.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much. Thank you both
I
of
like
you.
it a
Thank you.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony. I think the production was really cool. It was very creative and just it was definitely different because you do have a really beautiful voice. I think if you were to do anything different on this song, it would be interesting to see different mixes, like have remixes for this song. See how different.
Okay.
I mean, you know, it is very expensive to have different engineers mix and master your music, but if you have any friends that would be willing to try something with you, it could be cool.
Okay, I do indeed. I did the production and the mix myself, so I have friends. I definitely have some music friends I can collaborate with, and hopefully, yeah, I'll finish this track up. Thank you so much, Alexi and Virgil, for your feedback. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
All right. Next up, we've got Riza. Here we go. Riza, are you still in the building?
Yep, I'm still here.
Yee. Okay, cool. So this is Riza Shahid. Riza, you gotta correct me. I can't remember how to pronounce the last
Shahid.
name. Shahid. Okay, cool. And this is Protected the Demo, correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Mr. Mariotta.
I don't care what's been going on, I'ma make it home. Give a fuck about what you own, I'ma make it home. You down climbing up the mountain, trying to take the throne. You ain't have to do that, why they have to do that? I don't care what's been going on, I'ma make it home. Give a fuck about what you own, I'ma make it home. You down climbing up the mountain, trying to take the throne. You ain't have to do that, why they have to do that? Caught in my emotions, I've been drowning with ease. Stuck in the mental so long, thinking who can I please? Wondering how I got driveway, I push it on E. Shit, I done so many things that I couldn't believe. Knocked down, sitting in the dirt, got up off my ass. Life caught me, started to swing again. Had to move fast, fuck that, I won't sleep again. About to make it blast, she been getting to me mad. Trying to kill off my past, move around, get in the groove. Get it like that, slip and slide, I'm making through. Gone check the stats, who is that? Young warrior, who gon' make it back? Keep walking a mile and nose don't get attached. When the truth comes your way, will you react? Promise that you right at home, don't get attached. You ain't gotta do it alone, go lead the pack.
If I dope flipper, they take this gift for granted every day. I'm a go-getter, hope shifter. It's a breath of fresh air when bro rip it. I slide on any style, you can call me a flow bender. I've had so many times I thought
about what you want, I'ma make it home. Climbing up the mountain, trying to
All right, Riza, I'm gonna pause it there. This is interesting. I don't think I've heard this one from you, Riza. I always love your music. I feel like your sound gives me like, I feel like I could listen to this in many different places. I could listen to this while I'm like reading a book, because I actually like to read books while listening to music. I could listen to this while like cooking or making tea in the morning, or even doing something like, I don't know, just working. This is a very versatile kind of song. I feel like a lot of your music is very versatile. I haven't figured out where I could see it in terms of film, television, or commercials or anything like that, but I do like it. Virgil, any thoughts?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I think that was like the most well-polished song I've heard today. Like that was really cool. The production, I assume this is all your voice. I would like not change a thing and put this out right now. I think it's so cool.
Oh, really? Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Majority of it is me. The second half that she played, that was my friend June. So there was a different artist on the second verse. But yeah, most part, yeah, me on the hook.
The
me
flow
on
is
the
great.
verse, and then my friend produced it.
Yeah, the production's cool. The your flow is great. It's really, really cool. Put it
Thank
out.
you,
Can I
thank
listen to
you.
this in public? Like, or like, is it out right now or no?
Nah, this is a private SoundCloud link, but I can send it your way. You can check it out. And then I'll get
All
on
right, all
I'll
right.
get on dropping that soon.
Yeah, I get lots of demos and they don't sound like that, my dude.
No, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Riza. All right.
Thank you all.
Virgil, I know we're a little bit over time. We have we have 4 more songs. Do you have a little bit more time? Okay, cool. Nikki Dunlap with the baby. Do we have Nikki D still in the building?
I'm still here.
Hey, Nikki. Okay, cool. This is It's My Birthday, and it is, I believe, an instrumental, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pause it there. That was bouncy. I like that. And I like the baby feature in there as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was cool. Nikki, do you primarily produce? Are you a producer?
Yes, I'm just a producer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is cool. I could also hear, I liked that there was a little bit of a switch up in this, I think it was this segment right here. I think you added, I can't even remember what you had added, but you added something else to the beat that I liked. But yeah, this is a cool beat. Virgil, any thoughts?
Yeah, I loved it. It's like nostalgic. It makes me feel like the music I listened to when I was growing up. I'm from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And it feels both like modern and classic at the same time. It's like the stuff I listened to like in the lowrider, driving in a car with my family or something like that. It's really cool. Really good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Virgil.
Nikki, where are you
Yeah,
from?
for sure.
So I'm from Alabama, but right now I'm located in SoCal in San Diego.
Oh, nice.
Ah, see.
Yeah.
How do you get your music out there? Are you like putting it on like on websites so people can buy your beats and rap over them, or?
So I used to, but now I'm primarily focused on like, sync licensing and stuff like that. So I just have a disco, I have a SoundCloud. People try to buy my beats,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things that if they don't do the beat right, I can't sell it to them.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, this is cool, Nikki. I don't know. I definitely get Bay Area vibes. Like this is something that I could hear an Oakland rapper on.
100%.
Yeah, like hyphy.
Like E40.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
E40 Too Short, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. Thanks, Nikki.
Thank
All
you.
right. So it's my birthday, but it's not your birthday, right, Nikki? That's just what the song is called. Someone said happy birthday to you.
I saw that, and no, it's not my birthday, but thank you.
Got you. All right, cool. Thank you for sharing that. Next up is Brother Pathos with Ascension. This is, I believe, an instrumental, right, Larry?
It's an instrumental.
All right, cool. Here we go. Pause it there. Virgil, what do you think?
You need to go into film scoring too.
Yes.
That was so beautiful. I mean, DVDV, that's how we say it, right? DVDV was like, that's the goal, right? You want someone to imagine something when they listen to your music.
That's right.
So pretty. I mean, I like, not that that song's cool because it could go two ways. Like I could very well imagine some like, contemporary, American contemporary vocalist coming on and having an incredible kind of vocal track over that. But it could very easily move into score, and I think that's really, really cool and special.
Yeah, we try to strive to be able to put it either way, whether someone sings on it or not, and I listen to a lot of movie scores as well. Thomas Newman is somebody that's been in my ear all month. So, that's kind of where this kind of came from a little bit. So,
yeah. My boss's dad is Randy Newman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's all incestuous around here, you know what I'm saying? It's, all nepotism all the time. But yeah, Thomas and Randy are two of my favorite composers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really,
Larry.
really cool. I love that.
Yeah, this is so beautiful. I feel like you and because I know that you work with I can't remember, Larry. What is your duo name?
Well, our name is Brother Pathos, and my buddy, his name is Justin.
Justin, yes. You and Justin create such beautiful tracks. I think you've heard this in multiple music supervision calls that we've done, that you need to do composing.
Yeah, we compose, and I was talking to you earlier, we have that one song that we did that has a video that goes with it that we actually animated together, me and my buddy. So, you know,
You're so incredibly multi-hyphenate talented. That's amazing.
yeah, I mean, it's just us having fun, honestly. So,
Larry's too humble.
oh well, it really is though. It's just us having fun, you know.
Yeah, no, this is cool. Thank you, Larry, for sharing.
Thank you.
So that was Ascension by Brother Pathos. And then we have 2 songs. I actually wanted to show you my band, the band that I manage, Virgil. So I'm going to play my
Let's
band.
ride.
Their song is called Intro to a Movie About a Fucking Loser, and is supposed to be an ode to losers. And then after
It's a
this
really,
one,
really cool title. I love that. Such a good title.
yeah, they're super creative. And then after this, the Bull Bay, if you're still around, we will play your song as well. And that's going to close us out for the evening. So this is Intro to a Movie About a Fucking Loser. And I'm just going to scroll through. I manage a band, y'all. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I do. Virgil, I am open to any and all constructive feedback for this song.
I mean, it was really fun. Who, like, the editing and the directing, like, it was really cool. Did the band put that together themselves?
So they worked with this college student named Lorenzo Graciano, and he is so incredibly talented. He's actually working on a film, like an independent film currently for his senior project, and is going to like work with a film composer, or I mean a sound designer, and then also put Azar and Sedated's song in his movie. So
it was really fun. It's like the stuff you want to listen to on the beach, you know. It seems like it's like copacetic, like what summer's supposed to sound like, you know.
Yeah, they try to go for like a more nostalgic kind of vibe, and they used to produce hip hop music, and then went into like I was managing Azar, one of the brothers, when he was a hip hop producer, and then he was like producing for Casanova and TJ Porter, and then switched over to producing lo-fi music, and then went from lo-fi music to math rock very randomly. But yeah, it's been fun. So just wanted to share that one.
This is awesome.
Thank you. So that was Azar and Sedated, and then this is going to be the Bull Bays, what it looks like, and this is our last one. The Bull Bay, do we still have you in the building?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yee! Okay, cool. So this is his new music video that I believe just came out, right? Today?
It was what's it called? Daylight Savings Time.
Daylight Savings Time. Cool.
Yep.
So this is what it looks like.
Yeah, Hanzo. They gonna have to fix their face after this one. Yeah. Look, I'ma be honest. I'm getting shallow. I want a bag, and I want it now. I'm trying to see what a billboard looks like with my name on it. I wanna see what a billboard looks like with my name on it. I'm back in the business of snatching attention. They know my shit slaps, so I know that they flinching and twitching. This shit is ridiculous. Sounds as a chemist, just hand me a beat, so I'm putting my foot in it. Fuck your opinion, don't tell me how good it is. Only respecting the pressure of effort of crashing and burning and making a mess and then gaining the scar, but still coming back better. You know, I'm from where I'm from. They scraping and serving an onion, but sometimes they come on a bun. Salt, pepper, ketchup, they know what I want. Stay on top of my shit like it's a punch. Niggas really out here dying at the end because they busy holding their tongue. My song is played on the radio and I ain't have to pay a single DJ here for none. Look, I know what you're thinking. Allow me to point out the difference. They really trying to get it lit. I'm worried about the logistics. Used to be obsessed with being debated and being the greatest and pray that I mention, but fuck it, I got the respect of my city. I'm Liddy, my nigga, and I'ma be honest. I'm getting shallow. I want a bag, and I want it now. I'm trying to see what a billboard looks like with my name on it. I want to see what a billboard looks like with my name on it. Yeah.
All right. That was What It Looks Like by the Bull Bay. The Bull Bay, I love that song. I was listening to it actually before we we joined this call, and I was using it as my hype song. So
Hey, I love that.
yeah, this is cool. Virgil, do you have any thoughts?
Oh my goodness, that's so good. Yo, it's wild. That's like, I mean, that's like Instagram captions. That's like, I mean, no notes. It's like a banger.
Man,
The production, and it's like it's a specific sound too. You know, like it's not like a ripoff of some artist. Like I don't think like it's influenced, but I know that that's you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not sitting here thinking of, oh, it sounds like this. It just feels wholly original. So good. Like
Oh my God,
really,
thank
really
you
cool.
so much. I don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, really cool.
And he climbed a billboard for it.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, dang, I really hope he's safe about this whole thing, but that's okay.
Yeah, I definitely did. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was cool. This is such a memorable song too. The Bull Bay, it's like, this is one of those songs where you want to keep listening to it over and over again to make sure that you have the lyrics right so that you can say them over and over again.
Yeah, definitely done on purpose.
Yeah, it's cool. And I like that you ended it with this, like, I don't have time to doubt myself, because I feel like it fits your personality really well too. Because the Bull Bay, I think we had met at the Digilog event just very briefly, right?
Yep, you were on the panel. It was last year, and that's how I came into all this. Yep.
Yeah, and from what I remember of meeting you in person, you had this great energy about yourself, and I feel like it comes out really well in your music. So yeah, good stuff. This is so cool. Also, really, really happy for you. I know you saw me posting all across social media about your sync opportunity, but I was just really excited for you.
No, I appreciate it. I got a lot of my ability to navigate the space from conversations with Finesse Media and, just kind of navigating the creative community. So knowing how to identify opportunity, knowing how to approach it, what to say, all that stuff kind of came from these conversations.
Cool. We love it. All right. So that will conclude our listening session. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing really quickly, but I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Virgil, for joining in like that. This was so awesome. And if everyone could please, you know the drill. If you had a good time and you learned something, unmute yourself and give us a little woo woo. Nikki, we were waiting for the baby to say woo woo.
She said it with her heart. She said it.
I felt it. Yeah, this is awesome. So thank you, Virgil, for being here. And obviously thank you everybody for joining in. And for those of you who got a chance to share your music this week, it was so awesome to hear you all. I know that some of you asked for the contact sheet, so I'm just going to drop that in the chat real quick. 1 second. And also just a quick announcement. our Finesse VIPs, I'm reworking the description, but it is open and we are taking new members again. So if you all are interested in joining that, then we do like one-on-ones in there. We do some individual, or not individual, like group VIP workshops in there as well. And it's a great way for us to stay in touch with each other and have community with those of us that are in the music industry. So if you're interested, I'm just going to drop the link in the chat as well. It's finessemedia.mn.co. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all from my end. Virgil, any last pieces of advice or anything that you want to add before we dip?
No, thank you guys so much. I learned just as much talking to you all, I promise. So it's like strange that you're all thanking me. It was a really cool conversation. Thank you all for sharing your music. It's brave and special and cool that you're artists. I really love that.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Our next event, I'm sorry, has not been planned yet. I'm still working on it. I've been so busy lately and I was traveling last week, so I will keep you all posted. You all will see it in your emails. But yeah, I will see y'all next time. Virgil, love you. Thank you so much for joining. And I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
Thank you, Alex.